Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to our next episode of SWE Throwdown. We are back, and this is our last episode before we hit up our first Throwdown pay-per-view, which of course is coming up for you in about a week's time. But we've got some more building up to do first. And here we go, straight into our first match of the evening. We're going to see a little bit of Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Benoit. Now, we have had a couple of dark matches here this evening. We're going to go back to having the 2 dark matches per show. I wanted to try and do the 7 matches for as long as I could, but to be honest, it's just it just takes so much more time to do everything. Obviously, the editing process takes longer, the recording process takes longer, the uploading process takes longer. And to be honest, I'm struggling. If I do get far enough ahead of myself, we'll go back to the 7 matches, but at the moment, it's going to have to be 5. In the 2 dark matches, we saw all 3 members of the Freebirds defeating the Usos and Rikishi in a 6-man tag. And we also saw Christian defeating Dean Malenko one-on-one. So tonight, as we said, we've got Chris Benoit versus Dolph Ziggler here to open the show. We've also got John Cena taking on both members of the Singhs brothers in a 2-on-1 handicap match. We're going to have Peyton, Royce versus Emma versus Alexa Bliss in a Women's Championship No More Contendership match. And we're also going to have American Alpha versus Authors of Pain in a Tag Team No More Contendership match. And then our main event this evening will be Edge taking on Eddie Guerrero one-on-one. So a pretty interesting card for you this evening. And like I said, we're all building up towards our first pay-per-view. What have we got planned for our first pay-per-view so far? We have got Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. We've got the Gorillas of Destiny versus, of course, the winners of the tag team match here this evening. We've got Alicia Fox defending her championship against the winner of the triple threat match here this evening. We've got Mr. Perfect versus Jinder Mahal for the United States Championship, as we confirmed last week. We have got Jeff Cobb versus Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee versus Mark Henry in a Fatal 4-Way at the pay-per-view. And then our main event for the pay-per-view is going to be, of course, CM Punk versus Kurt Angle for the Throwdown Championship. As here are 3 members of the Radicals in the ring. Of course, Dean Malenko not here. He's just wrestling the dark match. He's backstage just getting back to his recuperation and so forth, resting his muscles and so forth. You know, normal warm down things you do after wrestling a match. So here we go, then ready to go. Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Benoit. They just love this game. They've still not sorted that patch out yet, then, have they? They said they'd fixed cutscenes where the wrong people were spawning in, and that, of course, is the wrong person. It makes sense, as we've said before, but it's not right, obviously. Benoit now locking in the reverse chin lock, now a knee in the spine of Dolph Ziggler. So Ziggler was one part of that 8-man over the top rope battle royal last week to crown the No More Contender for the United States Championship. Unfortunately for him, he was not victorious though. As Benoit now just stamping on the spine of Ziggler, bringing him back up to a kneeling base. Benoit now just completely stopped there with Ziggler. Not quite sure what the plan was there, but maybe it was Ziggler who stopped him as Ziggler fights back and elbows in the gut of Benoit to break free. Benoit taking Ziggler down. Benoit sending Ziggler into the ropes. But Ziggler catching Benoit into a gut-wrench suplex, taking him down. Ziggler bringing Benoit back up to his feet. Benoit sends Ziggler over the top and speared off the apron right towards his 2 teammates on the outside there, Guerrero and Saturn, of course. Both of them just staring Ziggler down, just trying to intimidate him. Ziggler slides back in the ropes, avoiding Benoit, now catching Benoit out. Ziggler slamming Benoit's face into that turnbuckle pad. Not the best idea. We know Benoit's got some problems. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It was a bit low, wasn't it? There you go. I've been there. Ziggler now catching Benoit, dragging him across to the ropes and slamming him again. Head first into that turnbuckle. Ziggler really trying to just knock Benoit silly a bit here. And Benoit does look a bit light on his feet. Benoit forcing Ziggler away. It's a big match, this one, actually, because there could be some decent ranking points in the offering here. Nice belly-to-belly suplex there by Ziggler on Benoit. Ziggler bringing Benoit back up. And again, just slamming him face first into that turnbuckle pad. Ziggler here really seems to have a tactic and he's just continuing on with it. Benoit kicking Ziggler away. Ziggler the elbow in the face of Benoit. Yeah, both of these guys really do need the victory, really. It's just a case of trying to push them forward. A case of trying to get yourself into one of these championship pictures as early as you possibly can. Because, of course, the United States Championship picture is pretty well fought for at the moment. And the main event championship picture as well. You've got the likes of Punk versus Angle at the pay-per-view. It's going to be a big, big match. And it's going to be a very, very difficult match for either one to win. And it's going to be very difficult for anybody to really force their way into the championship picture. Especially in SWE, where all 5 brands have such strong main event pictures. It's going to be so difficult for people to get themselves in there. But once they do, they have the opportunity to prove that they're the best. Ziggler now dropping the elbows right in the gut of Benoit. Looking for sweep number 10. And there it is. Each one was getting lower and lower and lower. That was very much groin height, that last elbow. Benoit now back up on his feet. Has Ziggler up on his shoulders. Ziggler manages to fight free. And bringing Benoit down with a reverse DDT. And now Ziggler stalking Benoit. Ziggler, for me, has dominated the majority of this match. And there's the zigzag by Dolph Ziggler on Chris Benoit. Is it going to be enough to get the victory? 1, 2. No, it's not. Benoit kicks out on the brink of 3. Ziggler can't believe it and needs to continue the offense here. Ziggler bringing Benoit back up to his feet. Went for the right hand, but Benoit reversing it, catching a right hand of his own. Front chancery. Ziggler got caught up on the ropes there. Went for the dropkick and the knee of Benoit, but Benoit avoided it. Ziggler now taking Benoit down. There's the back elbow. Oh. Ziggler caught right in the forehead with that elbow. Now there's the fisherman's suplex by Benoit on Ziggler. Now heading up top. Is he looking potentially for that diving headbutt? He does. Diving headbutt by Benoit on Ziggler. He's just got to drop into the pin now. But Benoit has rocked himself. I think he's taken quite a few shots to the head in this match, and that diving headbutt probably has not helped him at all. And Dolph Ziggler kicks out. Wow. Benoit once again now heading up top. He's got another diving headbutt in, maybe. But no, Ziggler slowly getting back up to his feet. Benoit staying where he is, though, perched on that top rope. Missile dropkick. And Ziggler rolls to the outside. But Benoit looking to continue the assault. Benoit, oh, elbow drop to the out. My God, that was brutal. I don't know how Benoit got straight back up after that. That's going to hurt him as well. Dropping the elbow right in the spine of Ziggler from such a high height. Benoit sending Ziggler into the ring. And the elbow in the spine and shoulders and so forth might help him out when he goes for the crippler crossface. There's a German keeping the grip, rolling the hip in for a second. Keeping the grip and rolling the hip, looking for the trifecta of German suplexes. There it is. But Benoit again just struggling with energy here. Benoit now bringing Ziggler back up. But Ziggler playing possum, taking Benoit down. And a short, sharp DDT slamming Benoit face first into the mat. 1, 2. Only a 2 count still. Ziggler loving this. Really having a great match of these two. I'm quite impressed by this match actually at the moment. Jawbreaker there by Benoit on Ziggler. A boot in the gut and now Benoit taking Ziggler up. Ziggler fighting back though. Knee in the head of Benoit. Now into a backdrop there by Ziggler. He then flips back up to his feet. The show off showing off completely. And there's a Famazer as well. Ziggler sort of undecided what to do there for a split second, then went for the dropkick to the back of the head. Benoit's back up now though. There's the arm breaker. Looking for a belly-to-belly suplex, but Ziggler fighting free now. Benoit fighting free as well. Benoit taking Ziggler up onto his shoulders. Oh, there's a power bomb. There's a pin. Stacks him up. 1, 2. Oh, not enough. It looks pretty close, but it wasn't quite enough. Benoit now bringing Ziggler back up. There's the German again. Keeps the grip and rolls the hip. Looking for the second German suplex. Keeps the grip and rolls the hip. Looking for the trifecta of German suplexes there by Chris Benoit on Dolph Ziggler. And Benoit showed incredible resilience in this match. And now locks in the crippler crossface on Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler has to tap out. And Chris Benoit is victorious here in the opening match of SWE Throwdown. Liking it, liking it. Benoit needed those ranking points and he's gone and got them as well. Where is Benoit in the rankings actually? Let's have a bit of a click around just to annoy you guys out there. They can just hear me clicking all the time. Oh, I made a big beeping noise as well. I don't know how I did that. I think I pressed a few too many buttons in one go. Good old Benoit, eh? Singles roster. I don't think they're that high up. But Benoit's on 115, so Benoit's now on 120 points, which does move him up a couple of places ahead of Zack Ryder and Raymond Rowe. Why is Zack Ryder so high up? I've got no idea. So yeah, he moves up to there, which is pretty good for him. Pretty good. It puts him equal now with Carl Anderson and Rikishi as well. Interesting. And for some reason, it's a rivalry match apparently. Not quite sure how that's happened, but there we go. Both guys, there we go. Benoit's built himself up some momentum boost and a hot streak as well, which I'm sure he'd be very, very happy about. But there we go. Great victory there for Benoit. Let's straight to the next match of the evening. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be John Cena taking on both members of the Singh brothers in a 1-on-2 handicap match. This should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Of course, Cena was part of that 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal last week. And the Singhs were also in action last week when they lost to American Alpha in one of those tag team championship qualifiers. It's my impression of John Cena's entrance music, which sounds more like a droid out of Star Wars. You know, as you do. Never give up. Yeah, this will be an interesting one, this. We are offering Cena 10 ranking points this one rather than just the 5, of course, because he's wrestling against 2 people. So we're giving him essentially the tag team equivalent of these, where he gets both sets of ranking points for the team. And it should be an interesting match because on paper, Cena's obviously the stronger wrestler out of the 3. But does both Singh brothers amount to enough to defeat John Cena? That's the question here. John Cena. I don't mind Cena so much now, you know. Since Cena sort of is not shoved down our throats every week and not pushed as Super Cena, and Cena has been losing clean matches against up-and-comers, I don't think he's become much of an issue anymore. I think he literally has been replaced by Roman Reigns. And I think since Roman Reigns has come into the fold, I think people have realised that they've been taking Cena for granted for so many years, because people always said that Cena was really, really bad and Cena was this and Cena was that and Cena... But at least Cena could do a promo. At least Cena could really work on some fantastic matches. Whereas Roman Reigns, don't get me wrong, Roman Reigns has put on some very good matches. But I don't necessarily think Roman Reigns is the best wrestler in the world. And promo-wise, his promos are quite diabolical still. So I think that I think people were probably a little bit too quick to judge Cena. But I'd say I think that Cena now, since he's taken a step back and he's not wrestling week in, week out, and he's only coming back and doing big matches, and he is losing matches clean, I don't think there's much of a problem with Cena anymore. Don't get me wrong, the character's still very much aimed at the younger audience and trying to get the merchandise sales, but still, if he's going to be an even member of the roster, then I don't mind so much. If he's not going to be mega pushed all the time. And of course, if you've not seen the news, by the way, at the weekend, this is a really random bit of news popped into my head now. At the weekend just past, New Japan Pro Wrestling have confirmed that Chris Jericho will take on Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom. My word. How? Just how? How the hell did they pull that one off? And I really feel like WWE should do a agreement with New Japan. I really do, because there's so much potential for New Japan and WWE to work together really well and put on some mixed shows. Try and get the Japanese audience watching WWE and trying to get the WWE audience watching New Japan. It would be such a massive bonus for both sides. Can you imagine some of the amazing shows they could pull off with the talent they've got as well? It really would be incredible. But I just don't know whether there would be the want there from New Japan, considering WWE obviously taking a lot of their talent over the last couple of years, but whether that's to do with WWE poaching them or whether it was just to do with the people letting their contracts run down. But New Japan can't be happy with losing the likes of AJ Styles and Nakamura and Gallows and Anderson, because that was a large part of their roster. It really was, so I'm not quite sure that would ever work, but it would be amazing if they could just pull off one show, like one mixed show of WWE versus New Japan. That would be incredible. Because you could have some amazing matches. And we will do something along those sort of lines here in SWE. We are going to do like a New Japan-based show at some point. But like I said on the Omega versus Jericho random match the other day, I'm just waiting till we get some good enough cause. Like, I still haven't found a very good Okada yet, which is annoying. It is annoying. I haven't found a great Naito. I've got a good Omega now. I've got a pretty good Tanahashi. But there is still some people we need to get before we can really think about doing those sort of shows. I want to make sure we've got some really good calls first. Cena now bringing... I think that's Samir. Again, it's another one of these things where I don't quite know which tag team member's which. I have that quite a lot of various tag teams now, don't I? The ones where you only ever see them in the ring together, I just get confused sometimes. I really do. Big uppercut there by the Singh on Cena, sending Cena into the ropes. This would be a massive win for the Singhs if they could pull this off. Of course, it's worth 5 ranking points each and 10 points for the Maharaja tag team as well. Elbow dropped right in the spine of John Cena. Bringing Cena back up to a kneeling base and Cena fighting back. Big back elbow on Cena now. The Singhs doing a good job here of trying to keep Cena grounded, and obviously it's a big advantage for them. They can tag in and out. They can always have a fresh man, whereas Cena's on his own. He can't make that tag. But this is a big opportunity for Cena to show exactly what he can do. And who knows, should Jinder Mahal win that United States Championship at the pay-per-view, there may be a victory here for Cena over, of course, 2 parts of the Maharaja stable. Might be able to force Cena an opportunity at that belt. Stamp on the arm there by Cena, now really wrenching back at the neck of Samir Singh. Or Sun. I think that's Sunil, I think. No, that's Samir. I think it is. I think that's Samir and Sunil's outside. Well, this is Sunil coming into the ring now, I think. I don't honestly know, to be honest. I'm completely lost. Sunil bringing Cena back up to his standing base, but forgotten what he was supposed to be doing. Big elbows in the gut, and Cena trying to shake it clear, but gets caught with an elbow in the face, now taking him down. Cena boot in the gut, and we've seen this before from Cena. That flip powerbomb. It's a nice little move, though. I'm glad that he... I think it was when he was getting all that hate originally, the 5 moves of doom and so forth. I think it was the whole Rock feud. After that feud, when everyone was taking the mick at the 5 moves of doom, he really did expand his moveset, Cena. And you've got to appreciate him for that. He took into account, and the flip powerbomb was one of those sort of things that was brought in there. There was the springboard stunner as well, which was a little bit iffy, wasn't it? There's the attitude adjustment there by Cena. Dragging Sunil away from Samir. Now going in for the pin. 1, 2. It's just about broken up. Cena now sending Samir into the corner. But decided to carry on Sunil. And Samir caught him out from behind. Cena now, I don't know what he went going for there. Sunil fighting back on Cena. Cena catching him. That boot in the back of the big clothesline to the back of the head as well. Cena needs to try maybe spear Samir off the apron, allowing him to go for the pin. Elbow right in the chest of Sunil there. And now looking to lock in the STF as well. STF is locked in. Is it going to be enough? And he does. He taps out. He taps out, and John Cena does pick up this 2-on-1 victory. Or this 1-on-2 victory, should I say. Wow, well done, John Cena. Well done. It was 2-on-1, but eventually he had enough. The attitude adjustment and the STFU as well locked in. It was a 5-knuckle shuffle. Boom, there it is. Then this was the big bit, the STF. Not quite sure why Samir didn't come in the ring to break it up. But eventually Sunil had to tap out. And there we go, Cena is victorious over the Singh brothers. Nice one. Very nice one there for Cena. That's going to give him 10 ranking points, of course, for winning that match. Which is definitely going to push him up the rankings. And like I said, if Jinder Mahal does win the United States Championship at the pay-per-view, then maybe Cena will be able to force his way into the championship picture with that victory. Cena doesn't have to milk his victory, doesn't he? Let's cut him short. Why not? And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be a triple threat #1 contendership match for the Throwdown Women's Championship. The winner of this one will face off against Alicia Fox at our next pay-per-view. Which I keep calling our next pay-per-view mainly because I haven't named it yet. That's the reason why. Now, the original match was supposed to be Kairi Sane versus Emma versus Alexa Bliss. However, Peyton Royce picked up a surprise victory last week against Kairi Sane and took her place in this match. And there we go. That is proof that it's what you do in this universe mode, not who you are. And that's the thing with a lot of other sports that are not like that, are they? A lot of the time, the name always gets the big match rather than the person who's been putting on the best matches and getting the big wins. So that's why we're giving Peyton this opportunity. And who knows, another big win here for Peyton, and she could be potentially our new Throwdown Women's Champion. Should she beat Alicia Fox at the pay-per-view? I like Peyton Royce. I'm a bit disappointed she wasn't in the game last year, to be honest, but she deserved to be this year. And she's trying to prove that here. I would be surprised if they get moved up to the main roster pretty soon as well, actually. I think they definitely deserve it. Both Peyton and Billy, they're both very good wrestlers. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that point at the time they do get moved up. I honestly thought they might get moved up alongside Emma as part of a trio of Australian heel females on the roster, but evidently that wasn't to be the case. I did read somewhere recently, I don't know how true this is or not, but I read somewhere recently that Emma was released due to the way that she tweets. Whether that was true or not, I've got no idea, but apparently she was a bit too open and a bit too honest on Twitter, and WWE didn't like that. And it has become quite a common thing recently. We saw Jimmy Jacobs being released because he took some pictures of himself with the Bullet Club guys when they invaded Raw a few weeks back. And he got released straight after that. We've seen quite a few people getting in trouble with Twitter, haven't we? Baron Corbin's his push, that's the word I'm looking for, his push was halted. Again, because of apparently things that he says on Twitter and arguments that he gets in. And it's a bit of a weird one. It is a bit of a weird one, but I don't know whether that's true or not. I haven't got a clue, but I was surprised that she did get released. To be honest, I didn't see that one coming. I thought there's much more people deserving to be released. I say deserving is not really the right word, is it? Much more people that may have been ahead of her to be released, but yeah, it was Emma in the end. Not quite sure why. I think they can't release Paige at all now, can they? Because of if they release Paige, it's not going to look good for them. So we have to take full advantage now of Emma this year because we're not going to get her on 2K19. So we've got to take full advantage of using her as much as we can in 2K18 here. We might be able to download a core of Emma next year, you never know, but... Well, it's all down to how good the core makers are, isn't it, really? She could always make a surprise return at some point, I don't know, but... I dare say Emma might end up in TNA or somewhere. I think it's a lot more difficult for the female wrestlers that are released to make as much as a living on the independent circuit. Of course, you've got places like Shimmer and Shine. Ring of Honor have their own Women of Honor division as well now, don't they? So that's a possibility. And there is TNA, so there is possibly a good base for Emma, but I think if you're a man, then you've got a much more chance on the indie scene because there's a lot more shows going on that are, I wouldn't say exclusively men, but mainly men, aren't there? So here we go then, Peyton Royce versus Alexa Bliss versus Emma. The winner will go on to face off against Alicia Fox at the pay-per-view for the Throwdown Women's Championship. And straight away, Alexa Bliss just dropping to the outside, knowing that she does not need to be involved in this match from the very beginning. And it's Peyton Royce taking on Emma now. Bit of Aussie rules. Peyton now dragging the arm of Emma, and again just wrenching the arm. Now just taking Emma over and kicking her at the back, and Alexa Bliss still not involved in this match. Now she comes up behind Peyton Royce when Peyton wasn't paying attention to Alexa Bliss and caught with that neck breaker. And that's just the intelligence there of Alexa Bliss. This is the first time we've used Alexa Bliss this year, isn't it? Yeah, she wasn't involved last week, and yeah, we haven't used a random match yet. So yeah, this is Alexa Bliss's first appearance in SWE, of Season 3 anyway. Of course, she's a former champion on Adrenaline, I think. She's a former champion somewhere. I didn't get her last year, though. I really wanted her. But PJ Toby was able to draft her. Yeah, we get a little bit of an iffy one here. Alexa Bliss is trying to get Emma further away from the ropes from her. There we go. She does finally catch her. And now splash to the back of Emma. And Alexa rolls out. That was just such a cluster of bad AI there for a second, wasn't it? Peyton drops into the pin here on Emma. Peyton, of course, with the momentum. The only one to wrestle so far in this universe mode. She picked up a win in that match. Emma now Hurricanrana taking Peyton Royce down. Emma bringing Peyton back up to a kneeling base. And oh, Emma caught Alexa. Alexa was trying to catch Emma unawares in that Hurricanrana. And Emma just caught her into that reverse bomb. And Alexa Bliss is back up now. And Alexa's not having the best of luck so far, as she crept up behind Peyton early on and got that bit of offense. But apart from that, she struggled. Nice Hurricanrana there by Peyton Royce. So, of course, it was a little bit disappointing as well that we didn't get a few more ladies. I think there wasn't many more we should have got, in fairness. Thinking about it logically. I think that maybe Aliyah would have been one. Liv Morgan should have been another one. I think those are the only two that we should have got. Ruby Riott we've got as DLC, which is a bit frustrating because, again, as I mentioned Octane yesterday, I'd rather just have these people straight off the bat. I don't see the point in DLC. It's like you'll charge us extra to give us someone later on in the game. I don't understand the point of it. I want it now. Like, if I could understand if it was extra content, extra story mode, like most other games do, then I could understand it. Getting DLC later in the game gets people to pick the game back up and play it again, whereas which gives you extra content, extra value to the game. Whereas if it's just new characters, it's like, for example, if you brought FIFA, or if you're American, if you brought like NBA 2K18, if you brought FIFA and then you got, I don't know, you got all the English Premiership sides, apart from Wigan, who aren't even in the Premiership, are they? Apart from Watford, and you had to pay extra to get Watford as DLC. Like, you'd be like, what the hell? Why? Watford were part of the Football League already. Why do we not get them straight away? And I think it's all part of the whole thing, isn't it? As Peyton with the fisherman suplex there. Emma taking Peyton, well, not taking her down, but blocking her off, stopping her getting that pinfall victory now. Peyton Royce is looking dominant in this universe mode, I must say. Sending Emma across once again. Oh, spinning kick in the corner. Oh, Peyton's moveset is pretty cool, isn't it? Peyton taking Emma up on her shoulder. Emma fighting back into the reverse DDT, and Alexa Bliss finally back up on her feet. And Emma catches that running drop kick. So Emma's in control here. Peyton's down on the outside, and Emma with that big right hand, and all of a sudden, all three ladies are outside the ring now. Which is not a good place to be, because of course, there's no disqualifications, no countouts, but to win the match, you have to be inside the ring or Russian leg sweep. And you see exactly where Alexa's head is there. She hit that concrete hard. But Alexa's back up now. Peyton's back in the ring. Alexa's back in the ring as well. Emma's still down on the outside. This could be a chance here. Alexa, arm breaker there on Peyton Royce. Emma's back up on her feet now. Peyton, there's a spinning heel kick on Alexa Bliss once again. And Emma once again there to break it up. Emma slamming the back of Peyton's head into the mat now, bringing her back up to her feet. Right into the corner she goes. Elbow right in the thigh there by Peyton on Emma. Oh, monkey flip out the corner there by Alexa Bliss out of nowhere. Emma though catching Alexa now into the corner. Emma going for the stomps, but Alexa rolled out the way, avoiding it. Emma now taking Alexa up into that sit-out scoop slam. She's got the legs hooked. She's got it. Emma's only got to have done it. Wow. Emma is victorious. She's won this match. She is going on to the pay-per-view to face off against Alicia Fox for the Women's Championship. I dare say there's some very happy people out there right now. Emma getting some retribution. WWE may have dropped her, but in SWE, she's going for some championship gold, ladies and gentlemen. And I'd like that. I like Emma. I'm sure Jay at Gaming HD is pretty happy with that. He's a big Emma fan as well. There was that sit-out scoop slam, just hooking the leg. And Emma is victorious. Wow. Look how fake her hair looks. That's really stupid, isn't it? There we go, Emma. Well, Emma versus Alicia Fox there at the pay-per-view for the Throwdown Women's Championship. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable taking on the Authors of Pain, Akam and Reza, for a chance to take on the Gorillas of Destiny at a pay-per-view for the Throwdown Tag Team Championships. I'm out of breath now. Too much talking. Too much talking. Bum, 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 diddle-doo, diddle-doo. I still fail to see the logic behind American Alpha splitting up. I really do. And evidently, I have not set up the correct entrance. We've got the right music at least. I just testing that one out. Yeah, I've not set up the right entrance yet for American Alpha. This isn't too bad. I think just angle should be at the front really. I don't know why. Right? There's different entrances. There's only about, say, 6, 7, 8 different trios entrances. And it always automatically gives you Evolution. Rather than generic entrance 1, it gives you Evolution's entrance for no apparent reason. So I'm not quite sure why that is. And Jason Jordan sipping the bottle of water. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I'll tell you what, let's just skip this bit, because we know what's going to happen. We're going to have the old Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H thing in the ring. It's a bit pointless, isn't it? Time to rock a little bit of this. The Authors of Pain. In dominant form, the Authors of Pain, of course. They defeated TM61 last week to get into this match. And they also had a win against Ascension at Halloween Havoc. So far they are unbeaten. There he is, Paul Ellering. Backed up by his two men. Akam and Reza. Oh, that's handy. They've actually got their names written on their chest. Let's hope they have that. I don't think they keep those on for the match, so that's the problem. Because this is another tag team where I struggle to tell you who's who. And the War Games at NXT, really random, isn't it? To have the Authors of Pain alongside Roderick Strong. I thought it was a real weird... It makes, like, part sense, but at the same time, it's a real weird combination. I know it makes more storyline sense, but... Yeah, it's just a weird one, isn't it? It's a right weird one. Be interested to see how it works. Maybe Who knows? Maybe Roderick will join up with Undefeated Era in the end, and we will have a big swerve at the end of War Games. Who knows what might happen there? It's possible it could happen. I do apologise if you can hear the traffic. I've got my window open again just because it's a bit warm today. So yeah, I do apologise if you can hear the traffic in the background. It's fine normally. It's just when you get a really bloody noisy motorbike go past, going. It's like, what's the point in your motorbike? What is the point? The worst was yesterday. I was doing some recordings yesterday. It was bonfire night, and all you can hear while I've been editing the videos in the background. I'm like, bloody hell, leave me alone. Right, Jason Jordan now twisting the head of... This is definitely ACAM because he started the match, and I did go in alphabetical order in this one. So ACAM is the one with the tattoo, Razor is the one without the tattoo. And straight away, Paul Ellering up on the apron, distracting Jason Jordan. He gets caught with that Saito suplex. And so, I tell you what, Authors of Pain have been extremely dominant so far, haven't they? Really, really dominant in SWE. Like I said, the victory last week against TM61. Followed up by, of course, the victory against the Ascension at Halloween Havoc. Another victory here, and these guys will have 3 matches, 3 wins. They'll be really rocking their way up the rankings. But of course, the Gorillas of Destiny do stand in their way at the pay-per-view. And that is not going to be an easy game, an easy match for either of these two. So I've been recording a lot of my FIFA career mode recently, and I'm just getting stuck with the wrong words here and there. I think it's about that in my Octane show yesterday as well, where I kept saying I was talking to PJ Toby, and I kept saying about his FIFA 18 Universe mode. I was like, no, it's FIFA 18 career mode, isn't it? And then yeah, SWE career mode. No, it's SWE. We could do a career mode on this game, but I'm not very good at playing the game because I haven't played it in years. Which is obviously why I do this. I do the AI versus AI. And I prefer AI versus AI anyway because it takes... Well, I've got no idea who's going to win. It takes the control out of my hands. It takes the control out of anybody's hands. And it is literally just down to how the game wants to play. And I've done this for years, you know. I've done a lot of this for years. I like putting stuff together like this and simming it all and just sort of looking how it all works. I've done it before on Football Manager before as well, where I've just sort of like simmed like 10, 15 years and just gone through exploring what happened, who won the league, who won the Champions League, who won this, who'd been transferred to who's the top goal scorer. I love doing stuff like that. And I feel like we will do another Football Manager season this year. Jason Jordan slowly crawling. And Razor just watching as he does get the hot tag. That was a weird thing to watch that, wasn't it? Running dropkick there by Chad Gable. Now forearm taking him down as well. I don't know what that was, but he slid in, took him out. And again, Paul Ellering up on the apron. And Paul Ellering really is the difference between these two teams at this point in time. And again, Razor this time able to take Chad Gable down. And American Alpha seems to be really struggling here. Kurt Angle, of course, on the outside as well, but not having as much impact as Paul Ellering is. And again, Razor seems to have forgotten what he was supposed to be doing. Notice that Razor's back is clipping through his vest there for a second. It was weird, wasn't it? Gable, lovely head scissors takedown there. Big knee strike in the face there by Razor. I like that. I just saw Razor do that little scream, and you saw the veins pop out of his neck. That was pretty well detailed. That was. I like that. Either that or my eyes are playing up, and I saw something I shouldn't be. Chad Gable now then, butterfly armbar, lovely manoeuvre. Locking the armbar on Razor. And he is able to break free. That right hand right in the face of Chad Gable. Gable gets caught, or catching Razor with a jawbreaker now into that. Wow, nice backslide slam into the pin. One. As a chair turns up in the ring, I can only imagine that Paul Ellering threw that in. Head scissors once again then by Chad Gable. And there's the hot tag from Razor into Akam. Went for that running big boot and Gable caught it. And Gable's on one here this evening. Gable ducking that single leg drop kick. Now Gable snaps suplex on Akam. And Razor's down on the outside. If Gable can hit something big here, they might be able to go for the pin. And they might be planning for it here, you know. There's the tag. They are going for it. Boom, there it is. Referee distracted by the steel chair, but there's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, the referee distracted by that steel chair. If he was paying full attention, he might have been able to pull that one off. Jason Jordan now done twisting the head of Akam. And like I said, if the referee was paying full attention, he might have been able to really get the pinfall there for American Alpha. American Alpha should have won this one there. The referee was too busy trying to remove that chair from the ring. And once again, the referee with a chair. I can only imagine that Paul Ellering threw another one in. Jason Jordan now sending Akam into the corner. Yeah, that was their big chance there because Razor was down on the outside as well. Spear in the corner there by Jason Jordan. Followed up with a belly-to-belly suplex. There's the pin, but again, referee this time distracted by Paul Ellering. And American Alpha should have had this one won by now. Jason Jordan. Oh, nice backdrop into a neckbreaker. There he is now just dragging Akam away from the ropes. There's the pin. 1. And Razor's there to break it up straight away. Gable now reverse DDT as Akam fighting back, sending Jason Jordan over the top. And this is the most rocked we've seen Authors of Pain so far. They've been pretty dominant so far, but American Alpha really turning it on here. Jordan now taking Akam down. As Razor leaving the ring, referee having a right go in his ear. You should not be in the ring right now. You have a certain allotted amount of time to get out of the ring, and you've gone over that time. Jordan now with the reverse suplex. We've seen that before in the game, haven't we? Where people don't leave the ring early enough and they end up getting caught out, don't they? Jason Jordan just twisting the head. Boot in the gut. And now Akam. Oh, looking to take Jason Jordan up, but Jason Jordan out of nowhere flipping it over the top. Jordan straps her down. Oh, gets completely wiped out here by Razor. And again, Jordan struggling. And again, just completely flattened with that big clothesline. Of that big clothesline, Jordan ducked it. Oh, could we be seeing this here? Akam's down on the outside. There's that big assisted backdrop. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And American Alpha have done it. I was not expecting that, you know. I really thought Authors of Pain were going to have this, but there we go. American Alpha pick up the victory. And Authors of Pain do not look happy right now. And there we go. American Alpha are going on to face off against the Guerrillas of Destiny at the next Throwdown pay-per-view for the Throwdown Tag Team Championships. What a match. What a win by American Alpha. And you see here, this when the referee was distracted by Paul Ellering. And there we go. American Alpha. Kurt Angle really looking very feminine here. Yeah, Kurt Angle's very feminine here. I mean, this wasn't the best victory to put Kurt Angle. I quite like it, you know. Woo! Well done, guys. American Alpha then are going to the pay-per-view to face off against the Guerrillas of Destiny. So this could be a hell of a night at the pay-per-view then for American Alpha, as Guerrillas of Destiny defend their tag team championships against the tag team of Gable and Jordan. And of course, Kurt Angle will be in the main event looking for the Throwdown Championship away from CM Punk. And it's time then for our main event of the evening. It is going to be the Rated R Superstar Edge taking on Eddie Guerrero. A big one, this one. Both guys looking to try and get themselves further at the card. Of course, Edge is a former Octane champion and is currently he's 4th highest ranked in the roster. Eddie Guerrero, where are you, Mr. Guerrero? Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero. Guerrero's on 125 points, so Edge is 4th. And Guerrero's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Guerrero's 9th, Edge is 4th. This is very much a match of two highly rated men, and this could really determine which one gets an opportunity. Because if Edge wins this one, he'll go up to 175, which will put him up to 3rd in the rankings. If Guerrero wins this, he'll go up to 135, which will put him up to 8th in the rankings. So it's a pretty good run for both of these guys. Of course, 10 points on the go. And you'd have to say that one who wins this will have to be seriously considered for a #1 contendership for the Throwdown Championship in the next month of SWE. Of course, this is our last episode of Throwdown before our first Throwdown pay-per-view. So, yeah, there's all chance still to impress. I don't think neither of these guys are currently scheduled for a match at the pay-per-view. However, I have realised that I've double booked one match, so I'm going to have to give... there is an open slot at the pay-per-view, is what I'm trying to say. So it'll be interesting to see who gets that. Maybe... I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Based on some of the results we've had and based on their ranking system as well, maybe we'll have to figure out who gets the opportunity to wrestle. I'd like to get Okada in, but I still can't find a very good Okada core. I'd like to get him to make his debut maybe at the pay-per-view. But Okada's struggling. He's quite low in the rankings. He's on 115. So it's not... I say it's a bit low in the rankings. He's in the top 20, but... You know, Okada wants to really be in the top 5 or 10, doesn't he, really? So he's got a bit of work to do when he finally turns up. Maybe I could just do like an 8-man battle royal just to open the show up, just to try and utilise some of the guys who we haven't seen much of so far in this universe mode. But there we go then. This is the match that we were all waiting for. The main event of the evening. Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. And we are underway. Straight away, Edge taken down by Eddie Guerrero. Drop kick in the back by Guerrero as well. Now bringing Edge up to a kneeling base. Guerrero dragging Edge along. There's the snapmare. Looking for the drop kick in the back, but Edge avoids it. Nice spinning heel kick, really taking Guerrero down. Edge dragging Guerrero away from the ropes. Spins him over. And a big stomp right in the gut of Guerrero. Again, Edge bringing Guerrero back up to a kneeling base. And since Guerrero got that little bit of offense at the beginning, Edge has really started to dominate. Oh. Edge sending Guerrero straight over the top. And sorry, Guerrero sending Edge over the top. And Edge held on and managed to just pin Guerrero neck across that top rope. There's the pin by Edge. One. Yeah, far too early to try and get a pin there, really, wasn't it? Far too early to try and get a pin from there. Edge now sending Guerrero in and drops him face first in a flapjack. A boot in the spine there by Edge, now slamming the arm of Guerrero into the mat as well. Edge bringing Guerrero up to a kneeling base and into a short, sharp DDT. Really just slamming Guerrero face first into that mat, and Edge once again taking some control here. So the former Octane champion wants to get some gold here if he possibly can. He was the first ever Octane champion, Edge. Won it in an Elimination Chamber match. Defeating some big names in there. There was Kenny Omega was in there. Kevin Owens was in there as well. There's some real strong names in that Elimination Chamber. The Rock was in there as well. But of course Edge did lose the belt in the end to Tanahashi. Guerrero now with Edge up on his shoulders. Oh, nice. Dropping him flat on his face, and Edge caught the top rope of his neck, I think, as well, and Guerrero willing Edge back up to his feet. Nice, dropping a forearm straight across the head of Edge. Guerrero now dragging Edge away from the ropes, dropping an elbow right in the heart. And a boot right in the arm of Edge as well, and Guerrero, there we go, locking in a camel clutch submission here on Edge. But Edge able to break free pretty quickly. Edge now with Oh, Guerrero took Edge up, but Edge is one of Guerrero's arms got really caught up there, really dodgily, and Guerrero doing the wise thing there, just rolling out of the ring. Guerrero now, nice backdrop there on Edge. Guerrero now bringing Edge back up to his feet. Sends him back into the ring, and it's been pretty even now, actually. I thought it was very much Edge for most of the match, but Guerrero really starting to get some offense in there. Are we going to see the Three Amigos? Yep, there's the first suplex, keeps the grip and rolls the hip. There's the second suplex, keeps the grip and rolls the hip. Looking for the trifecta of vertical suplexes, and look where that's left Edge, pretty well placed. As Guerrero heads up top. There's the frog splash. Into the pin, 1, 2. No, Edge kicked out, wow. So of course, maybe with this match as well, is it's pretty much a big swing. Of course, oh no, you're losing double points now as well, aren't you? We've made this rule, didn't we? Begin the universe mode now. Where if you lose in a main event, you lose double points as well. So this is a 20-point swing here. So if Guerrero wins, he gets 10 points and he goes up to... Where is Guerrero? I had him in my eyes a minute ago. Eddie Guerrero. There he is. So Eddie will go up to 135. And Edge will come down to 155, so it'll be a big difference here. Whereas if Edge wins this one, he'll go up to 175, and Guerrero will drop to 115, which will drop him back down to the likes of where Okada is. They'll drop him down quite a few places, actually, as Edge now lines Guerrero up, looking potentially for that spear. And he hits it, the spear by Edge on Eddie Guerrero. He doesn't go for the pin, though. And Eddie Guerrero with a jawbreaker. I still think that you should not be able to reverse that soon after a finisher maneuver, you know. Guerrero now with a pin. Ooh, only a 1 count. Kick in the spine by Eddie. Edge now, big right hand taking Eddie down. And Edge once again stalking Guerrero, but now, what does he have planned? Edge sending Guerrero into the corner. Don't know what he's got planned here, to be honest. I don't think he knows completely what he's got planned. Right, Edge. Oh, draping Guerrero across that top rope. Oh, DDT. Wow. That was a brutal DDT. Guerrero catching Edge with a jawbreaker. Nice step up into Guri as well. Guerrero rolling Edge over into the pin. Does he do enough? 1. No, he's done nowhere near enough by the looks of it. Edge now heading up top. He's quite some distance away though from Guerrero. And an elbow drop. Right in the spine by Eddie. Who now just up on the top rope. Just a bit of a relax, you know, as you do. Feet up. Why not? Eddie now bringing Edge back up to his feet. A big boot in the gut before hitting the brainbuster. But Eddie's still not done. A DDT as well. And Eddie's still not done. Eddie taking Edge up on his shoulders. Oh, nice. Wow, what a move that was. I think that was one of his old WCW moves, that was, when he was part of the Cruiserweight division. Eddie looking for that scoop slam, but Edge managed to fall out the back and trying to catch Eddie out, but Eddie was in control, and there we go, reverse into Guri. Now Eddie heading up top, he's got another frog splash in his arsenal here. We could be seeing the points coming his way. It is another big frog splash, slight rotation in the air. And there's the free count. Eddie Guerrero is victorious here in our main event, so he's going to get the 10 ranking points. Edge is going to lose 10 ranking points. And that then is going to push Eddie further towards that championship picture. And I think that's a good thing, because when you look at the guys we've got CM Punk, we've got Nakamura, we've got Edge, we've got Guerrero, we've got Ziggler, we've got Okada, we've got Benoit. We've got some real good main eventers who can put on some cracking matches for us. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some amazing matches for you over the years. Over the months coming up. And of course, don't forget, we've also got the likes of Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Jeff Cobb as well. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to really how far this Universe mode does pan out. But there we go then, big victory there for Eddie Guerrero. And that is the end of tonight's show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like. And of course, if you're new around here and you would like to see some more, then hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in a couple of days' time, is it? Let me have a quick look. Boom. Yeah, I will see you on Saturday for our next episode of SWE, which is going to be our next episode of Adrenaline. But of course, we do have a random match up for you tomorrow as well, just to keep you going, you know. Just to keep you going. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Said that twice again, didn't I? Damn it. The 1, 2, 3.